You're sitting alone with your laptop, a plain t-shirt, worn sneakers, a cheap cup of coffee on the table. People walk past without giving you a second look. Some assume you're struggling. Some think you're just another employee trying to survive. Some don't even notice you. And that's exactly the point. Because while they're judging what they can see, they have absolutely no idea what they can't. The money in your accounts, the investments quietly growing while you work, the freedom you're building, the discipline that made all of it possible. Real wealth doesn't announce itself. It hides. And if one day you actually became worth $2 million, would anyone know? Or would they make the exact same mistake they're making right now? Because the wealthiest people in the room are rarely the ones trying to look wealthy. They're the ones everyone underestimates. That's the game. And once you understand it, you'll never look at money the same way again. Most people believe wealth has a uniform: luxury cars, designer clothes, expensive watches, first-class flights, the biggest house on the street. Social media filled with vacations, champagne, and pictures designed to say one thing: I made it. But that's not how wealth works. That's how attention works. Real wealth doesn't need applause. It needs protection. Think about it. If every stranger immediately knew you had $2 million, would your life actually become easier? Or would everyone suddenly want something from you? People would expect more. Friends would ask for favors. Family members would appear with business ideas. Salespeople would never stop calling. Scammers would see you as a target. Your privacy would disappear. Your peace would become expensive. That's why the smartest wealthy people don't spend their lives proving they're rich. They spend their lives protecting what made them rich in the first place. Because money isn't just something you own. It's something you defend. Most people spend their paycheck trying to look successful. The wealthy spend their success trying not to attract unnecessary attention. It's a completely different mindset. Imagine two people earning exactly the same amount. One buys the newest luxury car the moment money arrives. The other keeps driving the reliable one that's already paid off. One upgrades everything. The other upgrades investments. One wants compliments. The other wants options. 5 years later, their lives couldn't be more different. Because wealth isn't built by making people believe you're rich. It's built by making your money work while nobody is watching. That's the part social media rarely shows. You don't see the weekends spent studying, the nights working while everyone else is out, the years of saying no to unnecessary spending, no to keeping up with other people, no to buying things just because everyone else did. While some people spend every Friday chasing temporary excitement, you're sitting quietly with your laptop, learning, building, planning. Maybe you're in a coffee shop. Maybe you're in a library. Maybe you're at home while everyone else is posting pictures from another party. To them, your life probably looks boring. But what they don't understand is that boredom often creates fortunes. Discipline looks ordinary until years later. The funny thing about success is that it usually looks like failure while it's happening. People laughed when you skipped expensive vacations. People questioned why you never upgraded your phone every year. People wondered why you didn't buy a luxury apartment the moment you could afford one. They assumed you couldn't, when in reality, you simply chose not to. That's one of the greatest financial advantages you'll ever have: not needing other people's approval. Because the moment you stop buying things to impress people, you start buying your freedom back. Every dollar you don't waste becomes another employee working for you. Every investment becomes another brick in a future nobody can see. Every smart decision compounds, quietly, slowly, almost invisibly, until one day, the numbers become impossible to ignore. Here's the strange part. If you actually reached $2 million, your daily life might not change very much. You'd probably still wake up early, still read, still exercise, still work with focus, still value your time more than your appearance. Because the habits that create wealth don't disappear after wealth arrives. They become your identity. That's why so many wealthy people still wear simple clothes, drive practical cars, eat ordinary meals, not because they can't afford more, because they've already won the game they're playing. They're no longer trying to convince anyone else. Meanwhile, many people who look rich are fighting invisible battles: debt, stress, monthly payments, financial pressure hidden behind polished photos, expensive lifestyles funded by borrowed money. Looking wealthy has become cheaper than actually becoming wealthy, and that's a dangerous illusion. The world rewards appearances in the short term, but it rewards ownership in the long term. One disappears, the other compounds. So the next time someone underestimates you, smile. They see your shoes. They don't see your portfolio. They see your old laptop. They don't see the skills you've built. They see your simple lifestyle. They don't see the freedom you're creating. And honestly, They don't need to. Because the goal was never to make people think you're rich. The goal was to become financially free. Those are two completely different missions. One costs money, the other creates it. If people think you're broke while your investments continue growing, you're probably doing something right. If they think your life is too quiet while you're building assets, keep going. If they don't understand why you're saying no today, they'll understand years from now. Or maybe they never will. And that's okay. Your bank account doesn't need applause. Your future doesn't depend on strangers being impressed. Your wealth doesn't become more valuable because other people notice it. In fact, the less attention it attracts, the safer it often becomes. So let them underestimate you. Let them believe the story they created after looking at your clothes, your car, or the coffee you're drinking. Because while they're busy judging appearances, you're busy building something they'll never see until it's already too late. And maybe that's the greatest luxury of all, not owning $2 million, but owning the freedom to never prove it.